Hello, Fred Barnhart here with CueFeed. I got a conveyor attachment that goes with a feeder. You can buy them separate. You can buy a feeder. You can buy a conveyor later. But the conveyor just real simply hooks into the feeder, and it gives you a way to help control your batches. Because if the batches are coming off here so fast, they're hard to catch. Yes, you can put a tray down there, but if you really want to make a lot of time, you can either use the batching conveyor or my jogging unit. But let me show you real quick how this works. So it's going to feed, we're going to count in tens. And then you're going to see the breaks in the batches as we go here. So there's 10, and then you can see with each 10, you can set how much distance there is between the sets. I'm not going to explain in this video how to set, but you can set the delay to set how big the gap is, okay? Also, I can make it so that it automatically triggers, so that when it counts out 10, you don't have to touch the button again. It'll make the gap and then feed the next 10, make the gap, and all you have to do is hit stop, okay? The nice part about this, though, the way it is the conveyor belt doesn't keep running. So if you want to count batches and you get a phone call or whatever, I can make it so that if you can figure out that, let's see how many we have right now. Let's count another set real quick. Okay, we're getting to the end here, okay? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 batches of 10 right now, okay? I can make it so that you can set the feeder to count tens, and then you can automatically go 10, 10, 10, but when it gets to 11, it'll automatically stop. That way, if you get a phone call and you walk away from the machine, when you come back, it will stop. Because if it keeps going and all the sets get up here to the end, as you all know, what's going to happen is they'll keep coming forward and then they'll push together, and then you'll lose the break in your sets. So you don't want to do that, okay? So there's all kinds of ways that I can automate this for you, and there is no extra cost to have me do that. So everybody may not need some of these functions, so I'm fairly free and loose with how I do your automation for you, okay? But for right now, for this video, you have to hit start to get the batch to come out. You can also control the speed of the feeder from back here. Right now we got a big gap in between them. Alright, so we got to the end, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in this case, we have 10 batches. We sped it up. There's a little bit more distance in there. We might be able to get one more. Alright, I don't know if I'd go another one because the next one is probably going to push together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 11 batches of 10. So there's 110 items on the belt here. And then, of course, whoever's taking them off, if you're going to shrink wrap them or you're going to put a rubber band around them, all you need to do is look down here and you can see the breaks in the set easily enough. All right, now let's I'll do like one more thing here before I cut the video off, and I'm going to make some more videos on this later. And my new website is going to have all the feeders and all the attachments, and you can mount an inkjet head on the feeder here. You can mount an inkjet head down here. So if there's not enough room up here to mount your inkjet head, or maybe do all you want to do, you can put your inkjet head down here. I also have plow fold rails. We also have slitting and perfing as well, and scoring. So you can do scoring, slitting, perfing, and kiss cutting. I actually have a kiss cutting head for this as well. That's also going to be in coming videos. So I'm going to change the spacing, which I'm not going to demonstrate that at the moment, but let's change the spacing. I'm going to push the sets closer together. Alright, so I sped the machine up. I pushed the sets closer together. I'm going to take these off here, okay? Because those were using a different setting. And let's see how many we can get on the belt. That one there, you might have seen, one ran into the other and pushed it in front. I didn't see what happened. I'm going to slow this down a little bit. We got it, it's piling up in the front of the wheel there. Because I made some changes. So these are all settings you got to get to find your happy spot. Let's just start over again real quick. Let's see how this looks. Also, you may need to adjust your wheels here. So when the piece hits these wheels, so that it shingles under there. That's also a setting you have to get correct. And that might be what's happening there. Is I should back my wheels up a little bit. But easy enough to do. But before I do that, I'm going to just slow the feeder down just a little bit. Now what I'll do in one of my future videos is I will crank this up so that it is running at a very high rate of speed, much faster than this. But in that case, you're going to have to set your gap precisely. You're going to have to get your wheels set precisely. And also, I like to point out, I got all kinds of different wheels that go under here. I got larger wheels that are helpful if you're feeding like a magazine or something. I've got rubber wheels that go up here. So there's lots of depending on what you're doing, there's lots of ways that I can make this for you. And also, if you bought this particular unit and you asked me to make it a little bit longer, let's say, I forget what the distance is here. Let me grab my tape measure. I can't remember how long it is at the moment. This particular unit is, it looks like 24 inches to like right here. So, I mean, if somebody needed me to make it, so that it was, let's say, 36 inches, a little bit longer to give you more room to work. To be honest with you, the price wouldn't change. Now, I do keep these parts all in stock. So if that was the case, I'd have to order you a top piece, or we'd have to put it, make it ourselves out in the machine shop, either way. But for what little bit of metal there is, there really is not much difference in price. So probably in a few days, I'm going to make another video here. I'm getting ready to leave town. Also, you might notice that my side frames up here at the front of the feeder, I don't have real big, tall side guides on it. I'm also going to start making these with smaller. Well, I'm going to offer different side guides, but I mean, I have some real tall ones. The standard ones are like this. But to be honest with you, I'm not too sure too many people really put any more than about this many in it. So I'm thinking about going with some shorter side guides, because it's a lot less to work around when you don't have all that to work with. I really have been liking these. I've been using these short ones on all my sample machines, and I personally have liked it. I have foot triggers for these as well, that you can trip this with your foot. You can see here at the end of the conveyor, the bottom set came up here, and we lost one set because it pushed together. So let's take that out. Put that back. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sets again. So I think how I had it set to begin with was probably the best. But I'll make another video in about 3 days and post it online. And I'm going to run this a lot faster, and probably use some different wheels on the front and show you some different things that you can do with it. But this is really handy. So you don't have to count into a tray or into a pile. A lot of customers call and they're like, how fast will it run? And we want to do batching. And I'm like, well, it will batch at 30,000 an hour. I mean, it will batch fast. Just for a second, I'll turn it way up. So this one is not part of the set, but this is not at 30,000 an hour. I'm not sure. This is that's probably maybe close to 20, maybe. So it even goes faster than that. But to get nice sets, I need to make a couple adjustments here, which I'll do in the next video. So, but people want to run it really fast, and without a stacker or a conveyor of some kind, I tell them, well, you're not going to get those types of speeds. If you're counting them out onto a table or into a box, and you got to get them out of the box, because it takes time to get them out of the box, and then you got to hit your next set, and then you got to get those out of the box, or one box, put one box in, it catches it, pull that tray out, slide another one in real quick while you do that, and that all slows you down. So if you really want to do a lot of batching with a lot of speed, you got to have a way to catch them. I don't know how many people actually run at those speeds, but if you got a lot of things you want to count and batch, I mean, you can really do that at a high rate of speed on this. I have a few videos where I do go into a box, and if you could keep up with it, those videos are at like 40,000 an hour. Anyhow, Brent Barnhart here with CueFeed. Thanks.